Testing. Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Check 1.
Yeah. You got enough of that? Sounds
Check
good.
1. Check 2.
I think, what caused me to want to do a singer-songwriter record again, what caused me to want to write the book, what caused me to want to do this record, and that they both kind of ended up being symbiotic. The thing I think that came first was I was inspired to write this song called Bows and Arrows, which is the title of the record. And it was inspired by this moment with my daughter Olivia when the summer that she was 12. And she was just starting to ask me questions and that kind of first moment when as a mom you see them kind of becoming their own person, and it's just like awful and terrible and beautiful all at the same time. And so I think I had no need to really do another record unless I really felt that I needed to do it for my own heart. And so that was kind of one of the things that really sparked the process of doing a new record, because I wanted to have a reason to record that song. And then what followed was just songs that I wrote that I felt like were just for me and just really personal to me. While that was going on, I was approached by Worthy Books to write a book called How Can I Ask for More, which would be inspired by the song How Could I Ask for More that was on my very first record. And so in the process of writing that book, which is a collection of stories, from my life and other people in my life, I just thought it would be a great opportunity, first of all, to re-record that song and kind of reimagine that, because it's been 20 years since it came out. I can't believe that. And also, to somehow make some of the songs and the chapters be partners, and that they would kind of accompany each other. So, writing the book and telling stories. I mean, the nice thing about writing a book is that as a songwriter for all these years, writing for other people, my life has been about, you have to be done in 3.5 minutes. The song has to be over in 3.5 minutes. But with a book, you can really take your time and tell the story and add all these details in that you just can't otherwise. I mean, first of all, I think this record was a true return to the roots of the music of my childhood, and growing up in East Tennessee, and growing up as the daughter of a gospel singer and my dad, who was a country bluegrass musician. So, I think that definitely colored the decision. So, for instance, to have Victor Krause, play upright bass, and he's just amazing, just such a great upright bass player. And he's in that Americana folk world of bass. And of course his sister's Alison Krauss, and so they have this beautiful kind of affinity for that sort of music. And then Sierra Hull, who's really a world-renowned mandolinist, and I'd met her through doing some things, and I just thought, I love mandolin, I love upright, I love acoustic instruments, but at the same time I have a great love for symphonic music. And so my good friend Travis Patton, who plays violin and mandolin on the road with me, was the person who did the string arrangements. And so and then John Roberts, who actually his wife works at LifeWay, he played some beautiful mandolin on the record as well. And then Gabe Dixon, who's a really renowned kind of AAA local singer-songwriter here in Nashville, and is just amazing vocalist. And Andrew Peterson, who did a guest appearance and did the song How Could I Ask for More with me. And so, I don't know, I think the decisions were made song by song, definitely with the whole picture of the record and the vision of the record in mind. And there are a lot of things we didn't do. There's no electric bass on the record, There's no shaker. There are things that, it's like, we don't do that. We don't do electric guitar. Or there are things we don't do. And so, yeah, I think it's just a taste. It's a sense of, like, how to approach a record and production. Long lake shadows up to the song Bows and Arrows. Well, here's what happened. My husband is Canadian, and we live in Canada in the summer, and we live out in the country in farmland. And so in the summers, we make it a practice in the evening when we can to go for a walk in this meadow on our property. And so the sun was setting, and in Canada, the sun does not set till like 10 o'clock at night, in the middle of the summer. You have a very long day. And so we were walking through the meadow, and the girls and our dogs were running up ahead of us. And Olivia, who's my oldest daughter, she had hit her growth spurt that year. And I remember she was wearing this yellow dress, and she was running up ahead of us, and the shadow from behind her of her legs just looked a mile long, and it was just this beautiful moment when I thought, oh, she's growing up. And I just hated it. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful, as we parents know, it's like the thing you want and the thing you don't want. And so I just wanted to write a song about, like, her childhood and her, the process of watching her grow. Because what you want as a parent is to grow them up, and like Proverbs says, that we pull them back, in our bow, and we release them, so that they can go out and live their life, which is why I called the song Bows and Arrows. And that's her on the cover. She's an archery student, and so we found this beautiful field close to where we live and put her in that long medieval-looking dress, and she had no idea, by the way. She had no idea that this song was written about her, and she didn't know why she was on the cover. She had no idea. And so I waited till the record was completely mixed. Nobody knew. My husband didn't know. The only people that knew were really the people in the process of making the record. And so, because I believe in waiting for the big reveal. You got to wait for it. So anyway, I took her, and at this point now she's 15. And so I took her for a drive, and it was really beautiful, like sunny day. And I said, let's go for a drive, Olivia. And we rolled the windows down. I said, I want to play something. And I put it in the player, and she was listening, and she reached over and she grabbed my hand and she said, is this about me? And she was just like overwhelmed, and she just cried, and she like leaned over and gave me a big kiss on my cheek and a hug, and wanted to buy it on iTunes. I was like, well, you can't do that yet. And I think one of the really special things about the record is the strings, the string arrangement. So Travis Patton, he did just a beautiful, like, sweeping string arrangement, and so it just made it so special. And I think, for Olivia, when she thought she'd come to the end of the song, and then this other, like, whole, like, symphonic thing comes up, and she was swept away in it. So it was really, really wonderful. That was like, as a parent, and I think as a songwriter artist, it was really one of the most kind of beautiful full circle moments, because I really wanted to honor her and my daughter Savannah as well. I feel like I'm kind of leaving Savannah out, but I think because she's the oldest and I saw her go through that first, and so I'll have to put Savannah on the next cover, I think, to make all things fair.